Good morning. All of us here at Lakeview would like to welcome all of our veterans, our students, our teachers, our staff, community members, and all of our Lakeview families. At this time, we'd like everyone to please rise and join us in the national anthem directed by our band instructor, Mr. Brett Jacobson. You may be seated. Veterans Day was originally called Armistice Day, commemorating the end of World War I. World War I officially ended when the Treaty of Versailles was signed on June 28, 1919. However, the fighting ended about 7 months before that when the Allies in Germany put into effect an armistice on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. For that reason, November 11th, 1918 was largely considered the end of the war to end all wars. After World War II and the Korean War, on June 1st, 1954, at the urging of veteran service organizations, Congress amended the word armistice to veterans, so that day would honor American veterans of all wars. We often talk about freedom, but it's easy to forget that freedom is not free. It comes at a cost that our veterans have paid. Some with their time, others with their health, and some with their lives. Their commitment and bravery allow us to live in a country where we can pursue our dreams, speak our minds, and live without fear. All of us here at Lakeview have the opportunity to thank and honor all of those who have selflessly served in the United States of America. If you are a veteran or in an active service, please stand so we may give you that honor that you deserve. All of our veterans standing before you also received thank you letters and pictures from our art class, from Miss Salisbury's art class. So thank you very much. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Josie Lalaman to come forward to introduce today's speaker.
Hello, veterans, Lakers students, staff, and community. Today I have the privilege of introducing someone I've known for a very long time, a stand-up citizen, an incredible human being, and above all, a dear friend. We first met back in 7th grade when Clarkfield High School paired with Granite Falls, and his fun-loving personality has been making me laugh ever since. I was thrilled when he agreed to speak with you today, giving me the opportunity to share and highlight his contributions to this nation, and welcome him to speak into your lives on this Veterans Day. I'd like to give you a little bit of his background. He's done quite a bit. Josh Benega grew up in Granite Falls and graduated Yellow Medicine East High School in 1999. Josh enlisted in the Army Reserve his senior year to help pay for college. He did basic training at Fort Leonard, Missouri, and his AIT at the John F. Kennedy Special Warfare Center and school at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He was offered a slot at the U.S. Army Defense Language Institute while completing the Psychological Operations Specialist course to learn Korean as a second language. While at DLI, 9/11 happened and the world changed. After graduating the Korean basic course in 2002, Josh returned home and completed a semester of college, but was called to active duty in early 2003 for deployment in support of the Operation Enduring Freedom. Valentine's Day 2003, Josh left for Fort Bragg with the 13th Psychological Operations Battalion and was sent to Kuwait 5 weeks later for the invasion of Iraq. Josh served 6 months at the beginning of the Iraq War, working in prisoner holding areas, including Camp Cropper at the Baghdad International Airport. Josh left the Army Reserve in 2004 at the rank of Sergeant E5. Josh worked in corrections for a few years and was hired by the Lackaparle County as the Veteran Service Officer in late 2009. Josh has been the Lackaparle County Veteran Service Officer for 15 years. He has also served the last 8 years on the executive board of the Minnesota Association of Counties Veteran Service Officers, including 2 years as its president. Currently, he serves as the immediate past president. Josh also serves as chaplain and service officer of Madison VFW Post 1656, where he's a life member. Commander of Bellingham American Legion Post 441, is a life member of the Disabled American Veterans Western 24 chapter, has attended events in St. Louis and Corpus Christi with the Wounded Warrior Project, and attended the National Association of County Veteran Service Officers Foundation Community Leadership Program Summit in DC earlier this year. He was also local cohort for the Blandin Foundation Community Leadership Program, has served on various local communities and committees, and also served on his church council. He lives in Madison with his beagle Rupert and is one of my favorite people and best friends. Please welcome Josh Benega.
Good morning, everyone, students, faculty, veterans, their families, friends who have joined us today. Thanks for the opportunity to speak with you. As Mr. Hansen said, each year people gather to honor those who have served or are currently serving this great nation of ours. November 11th commemorates the armistice of the Great War, now known as World War I, which happened on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. Armistice Day, as it was once known, has evolved into what we now know as Veterans Day, honoring all that have worn a military uniform. Today is a day of celebration to acknowledge those that spent time away from family, friends, loved ones, to don a uniform and swear an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Today's a day for veterans and service members to be recognized for their service. Some may not seek the recognition, but deep down, all of us appreciate a heartfelt thank you for your service. Many businesses offer promotions for veterans and service members. Some even extend to first responders because they know that service to the community is just as important as service to this nation. That's their way of showing appreciation towards those that have protected what this nation holds so dear, freedom and democracy, by those with the courage and the optimism to stand in adversity's way. Today offers a chance for fellowship for veterans, no matter where or when we served, what branch we served. There's a common ground that all of us share, putting what's best for this nation ahead of what's best for us. Today isn't just about history, it's about people, our neighbors, our family members, perhaps even your classmates who answered the call to serve. Veterans are living reminders of courage, sacrifice, and resilience. As we reflect on that service, 2025 also marks important semi-quincentennial, try saying that a few times fast, milestones in our military's history. The United States Army celebrated its 250th birthday this year. Born June 14th, 1775, even before our nation declared independence, the Army has stood as the backbone of American defense for 2.5 centuries. The United States Navy, established October 13th, 1775, turned 250 years old this year as well. From wooden sailing ships to nuclear-powered carriers, the Navy has protected our nation's seas and projected hope and strength across the world. The United States Marine Corps. Hoorah! Thank you. Founded on November 10th, 1775, also celebrated its 250th anniversary just yesterday. I'm surprised those Marines are actually still here. I thought they'd be out celebrating still. Known for their fierce spirit and dedication, the Marine Corps embodies honor, courage, and commitment in every generation. These anniversaries remind us that America's story, our freedom, our democracy, our opportunities, has been written by generations of service members who have stood ready to defend them. Veterans Day is not only about the past, it's also about the present and the future. It's about asking ourselves, what can we learn from the examples of our veterans? Each branch of service ingrains into each service member certain core values. For the Army, those values are loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage, all summarized into the acronym LEADERSHIP. For the Marine Corps and the Navy, those values are honor, commitment, and courage. For the Air Force, those values are integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all they do. The Space Force has the 4 C's: character, commitment, connection, and courage. Coast Guard has the values honor, respect, and devotion to duty. We can learn from veterans about service, putting others before ourselves. Veterans throughout our communities are involved in service and civic organizations such as the American Legion, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, Kiwanis, Lions Club, so on. They serve their communities through service and fundraising to donate to local causes. We can learn about commitment, doing what's right or what's hard, even when nobody's watching. And we can learn about unity, because in the military, people of every background, race, faith, ethnicity come together under one flag with one mission. As students, you may not wear a uniform, but you can still serve your school, your community, your country. Every act of kindness, every moment of integrity, every time you stand up for what's right, you honor the legacy of those who have served. Today on this Veterans Day, let's take a moment to truly say thank you. To the veterans among us, thank you for your service, your courage, and your example. You remind us that freedom isn't free, and that the best way to honor those who served is to live with purpose and gratitude. May we always remember your sacrifices, not just today, but every day. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to let me speak, and happy Veterans Day.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Krishana Dempsey and the Lakeview Concert Choir singing For Spacious Skies. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Brett Jacobson and the Lakeview Concert Band playing the Armed Forces on Parade. It is said that fewer than 10% of Americans can claim the title veteran. Veterans have sacrificed to give us freedom, security, in one of the greatest nations on earth. It's impossible to put a price on that. We must remember them, we must honor them, and we must appreciate them. Thank you again to Josh and all of our veterans here today. We salute you and we thank you for your service. May God bless all of you for being here. God bless our veterans, and may God bless America. Thank you very much. And students can go back to period 3. If you want to stay and shake hands with our veterans, go right ahead.